Hey guys, I have my fan on because I just returned from outside from the library. I was returning some books and I just grabbed some new ones. I mean, I think I grabbed a little bit too much because I still have to finish. I still have like a week to finish my like the master's degree final work, but I haven't practically finished, so whatever. So I'm going to show you what I got, and yes, so I have my backpack here, and I just got this one out first. This is Furari by Chiro Taniguchi. If you remember, I showed this author before. He's a Japanese author, of course, and he's really good. I just love his the drawings in his books. I love his stories he tells. He mixes color with black and white. He has this tendency to show like the everyday life of people and what everyone goes through, their feelings, their, you know, the tiny, let's say small things of in life that are not so small, and details and the Japanese culture. And I just love it. I grabbed it and didn't know what it was about. Apparently it's about this man Furari in an ancient Japanese period. It tells a bit about his life. I think he's like a monk maybe, or a writer. I think he's a writer or a painter or something, some kind of artist. So it's really, it looks interesting. I mean, I just looked at some pages and I just love Taniguchi, so I would recommend anything by him really. Just if you find something from him, just grab it. You won't regret it at all. This book is actually this author called Sebas Martin, who is a LGBT author of comic books and of graphic novels. So it revolves around the life of one character that he always brings. I don't remember the name of the character, but I mean it's pretty graphic sometimes, but I think it's great, and it shows a little bit of how gay life works and how in part it's all people think it is, and some parts are not really what people think it is. Sometimes it's more boring or more, I mean, different, let's say, in a lot of ways. So the translation of this, I mean, I'm going to show you closer, but the translation of the title would be that I shouldn't have been with a modern chick. A modern chick being actually a guy, but yeah, I think it's like all about the hipster boys nowadays, and this mix of people that are out and about right now, and I think it's interesting. And I've read some other graphic novels by him, and he's really funny, and the drawings are great, and I don't really care about graphic novels being actually graphic. I mean, with violence, with sex, with whatever. I think society today needs to wake up a little bit and just accept things for what they are and confront things, and that way I think everything is going to be better. This third book, I think it's the thickest one, but I think I will read it in like an hour because it looks amazing. It's called The Murderer of Green River. Of course, it's apparently based on a real case, on a real murder that took place apparently in the United States. Yes, in the United States. And it's about a detective that has the opportunity to talk with the murderer of that killed over 48 women and teenage girls, I presume. So I mean, it says it right here. I haven't seen inside, but it says it's really dark. It's really graphic too about its violence, and that it's really just awful. You know, it's pretty heavy. I've read another graphic novel about a murder, about I don't remember the name. He's really famous. Jeffrey Dahmer. That's what I read. A book that not a friend of his, but like someone from his school, someone that knew him from school, did, and he did a graphic novel about it, and it was really interesting. It was really, really interesting. And I think graphic novels are great to portray that like dark side of the human soul and the crime cases and everything. I think it's really great. It's a great way to do it. I mean, because there are so many movies and sometimes they are just the same over and over and over, and this is, I think graphic novels have the advantage of just having different writers, having different artists intervening, so I think it's great. I think I'm going to really enjoy this one. This fourth one is one that I think many people will know. It's one of the most well-known graphic novels like ever. It's Ghost World by Daniel Close. This version of course in Spanish. I have seen the movie. The movie is like from 1990 something, 95, 96, 97, so somewhere around there. I think apparently the novel, the movie, it's very faithful, let's say, to the novel, but some things are different always. I just wanted to read the actual first version of this story, because I think when I saw the movie, I thought it was really interesting, because it doesn't seem like the kind of story that someone would choose to make as a movie, and less of all as a graphic novel. So I really want to see what's the deal with this. I don't know if you have seen the movie. Maybe the movie stars Scarlett Johansson, not as the protagonist, but as the protagonist's friend. And the protagonist is an actress that was in American Beauty, and that I don't remember the name. But she has like a weird name. But yeah, I think Daniel Close is really weird with his art and his way of seeing things like daily life, like suburban American life, and I think North American life. And I think that's really that's curious, you know. That's something we don't get to see often. Often we see like the rich North Americans, and this is not the richest people in the world. These are like medium class, and I don't know, they're strange teenagers and not the typical strange teenagers. So yeah, I think I will enjoy also looking through this and seeing what the deal is with Daniel Close. The last one is called Blue Pills by an author called Frederick Peters. I would presume he's like from Dutch descent or something because of that last name, but apparently he published first this graphic novel in French. So, you know, France and Belgium are really big graphic novel and comic book industries, if you will. So, I mean, I'm not surprised. Apparently, I mean, I grabbed this book looks so new. I think it's very new in the library. I took this one because of what it says right behind. It says that Frederick, the protagonist is called Frederick too. He meets a woman and her son, her 3-year-old son, and she apparently he falls in love with her, and then he realizes, or he just learns that she is HIV positive, and that the kid is also HIV positive. So I think it's, I mean, in this day and age, I think it's very interesting to know how people interact with each other in cases like this one, and I think that it helps bring barriers down and stereotypes and you know, things that you think you know but you don't really know about. So I think it's very interesting, the subject matter of this book. The art looks really interesting too. It's like most of graphic novels nowadays are black and white, I don't know why, but it seems interesting, and yeah, I wanted to know a little bit more about someone else's perspective on this, because, you know, I've heard some cases, I've heard about some people, I've heard, you know, it's always second hand, so this really comes in in order to know a little bit more about what's it like to live with AIDS and what it's like to have a partner, you know, a romantic interest in someone that has that condition, that disease, if you will. So yeah, this is my 5th one. And that's it. That's the last one. I got 5 big books. Actually, I think they are all less than 200 pages, maybe except the Taniguchi one, but they are also easy to read. Graphic novels are amazing. I think it's my favorite part of all literature. So if you want to start reading because, I don't know, you're lazy but you want to start reading, I would recommend graphic novels for sure. I mean, you can start with big ones, really known ones like Ghost World, like Watchmen, like whatever. Like if you like superheroes, there are superheroes. If you like dramas, there are dramas. If you like science fiction, there's a lot of science fiction. There's a little bit for everyone, even for children. If you want to start your child or your cousin or your nephew or whoever into reading, I think graphic novels and comic books are really great because they come with images, so they pick up the interest of the person, and before you know it, that person has devoured an entire collection, an entire author, an entire, you know, series. So I think graphic novels are the best. That's why I read them, and I sincerely prefer them over novels, because novels tend to be so fucking long, and sometimes it's like, my god, just finish it already because it's not going anywhere. I mean, there are really good novels, of course, but most times I feel really, I mean, the novel surpasses 300 pages, I'm not reading it. I mean, which is hard because my work that at work I've done before was over 300 pages, so yeah, I wouldn't read that, but I wouldn't read my own book if you will. But yeah, I think graphic novels are the best, and these are my choices for practically this month. I don't know if I'm going to go back to the library. I hope, because they didn't have Akira number 3, and I need to read Akira number 3 because I want to read all the, I think there are like 8 books of Akira, and I really want to read them all because I noticed that the movie is so different from the manga, and they say a lot more about the characters in the manga. So, and I actually understood, because the first time I saw the movie I didn't get anything, so now I will get everything about these characters. So these are my books for this month. This time I hope I can go again soon, and I hope you like this. Please comment if you like any of these books, if you like to read them, if you have recommendations. And of course, please like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see any more random videos. So that's it for today. Bye.